What's up? This is Eliot Lipp at Impulse Music Festival, and you're watching dubera.com.
The time is right. All of night. It's all
How's it going, guys? My name is Chris. We're sitting here with Eliot Lipp at Impulse Music Festival, and you're watching dubera.com. So, Eliot, you just signed a Pretty Lights label. What was the reason for switching over? Well, I just wanted to be able to do a record without having to focus on all of this, everything that comes with handling the release of the record, and all like trying to promote the album and everything. I just wanted to make the music, and not have to try to be a businessman about shit with the label, because I run my own label, and that's why I've been self-releasing stuff. But it's so much work when it comes to, like getting PR and just all the work that goes into releasing an album. I wanted to have someone else do it, And Derek is a good friend of mine. Pretty Lights Music is, I love the way they release music for free, and it's just to me it seemed like the right move to make, because it's a label that I can get behind, like what they're about, and all the artists on the label, like stylistically, I love, the artists on the record label, Michael Menner and Supervision and all those guys, and I've always been a fan of Derek's music, since I met him, so it was a good fit. Yeah, it seemed right.
A few of the Pretty Lights artists are actually on that Bro Lab CD.
Yeah.
How did the Bro Lab CD come about?
That was just I had been getting remixes from my friends, and it was about like getting a collection of remixes together that was just from homies, from like people that I've collaborated with, and that people that I was currently, people I tour with and make beats with and all that. So I just wanted to have it wasn't just a normal remixes record where you go and get like some hot producers to do remixes of your beats. I wanted it to be something more like about kind of having a group of friends that all work together on stuff. And so that's how that one came to be, yeah.
Definitely.
And so yeah, there was a Pretty Lights remix on there, and Alex B did one too for the Paper Diamond remix.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
This weekend you're performing just as Eliot Lipp, but at Camp Bisco you're going to be doing the live show.
Yeah.
I know you've done live shows in the past and stuff. What's the difference between doing the live show and just performing solo?
Well, I've got a drummer. There's different degrees of it. Sometimes I'll play with a drummer and me on the laptop. Cool. And then I've done shows in the past with like a full band. When I had Lip Service was a group I was in before. But this one at Bisco, I got a guitar player and another keyboard player and a drummer. And so it's a new approach, though. I'm really stripping down everything, so we're performing the whole thing live.
Awesome.
And it's scary, because I've realized that like having my laptop and playing tracks, it's where you could spend hours getting the mix right on everything. So when you play it out, everything sounds perfect, But playing with the live band, like part of the live element being the risk that you're taking as a performer, it builds energy, and it like you can, I don't know, it's like that whole. It's a different dynamic between the performer and the audience, when you're actually playing the songs live.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're doing a live, like when I'm doing a DJ set, the dynamic between, I'm feeling the crowd, like I'm reading there, like what are they responding to, and giving them more of that. Like if they seem like they're into the housey shit, I'll play more house. But as a live band, you're like, these are our songs, like we're just gonna play the live set. But at the same time, there's that like, there's still a connection there, because there's like improvisational parts of our set, and there's like, so I'm excited. Like we're doing a couple test shows before, but like leading up to Bisco, just little ones in the hood and stuff, But yeah, Camp Bisco is gonna be the first time I do the full-on like live band set. So
awesome.
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm a little nervous.
Can you detail what went into making the new album that just got released on Pretty Lights Music?
I mean, every song starts with samples, like whether it's, you know, I'm digging through old vinyl or I'm just like recording keyboard parts and then re-editing, resampling. A lot of it I bought this old sampler, the SP1200. It's like probably a late 80s sampler, like one of the first like drum machines that had like you could add like longer samples to. So I started messing with that, and it's like a 12-bit, so it sounds all fucked up, sounds all kind of crunchy, and that was kind of, I got that right before I started making the tracks on this new album. So every song has these, I began making each song with these real crusty, kind of old school hip hop feeling samples and making beats like that. So, but I mean, it's not the most cohesive record either. There's funk tracks, there's some like, you know, there's the BPMs are all over the place from like, you know, 150, 172 down to like 90 BPMs, like the hip hop beats, you know. But I still feel like it's held together by the original style that I'm trying to create, you know.
Yeah, why did you name the album? What you did?
My friend Daniel, he lives like around the corner from me. I was at his house once, and he had this drawing of, he had the drawing that we used on the album cover, and I told him, I was like, "What are you doing with that?" And he's like, "I don't know, I want to do like a T-shirt or something with it." I was like, "What are you calling that piece?" And he said, "Shark, Wolf, Rabbit, Snake." And I just knew right away. I was like, "That's," because I was looking for an image for I'm always, once I start getting a batch of songs together, I start to think like, what image represents this piece of work here. So it just fit, man. I was like, the tracks, it was cartoony, but it was vicious and like aggressive, but it was also kind of like funny. So I was just like, that's perfect, because the tracks I'm making are like, I was trying to make, you know, like, I'm not trying to make bangers, but like I love like really bassy tracks, and I love like heavy, and I love playing in clubs and playing like club music. But at the same time, like my approach is not, I'm not like trying to like make like the heaviest shit ever. Like I love like music that's you know, has, you know, emotional shit going on, and like I like to really like, I like it well-rounded, you know. Yeah. So I thought that piece totally represented what I was going for, you know?
Yeah, I like a lot of melodic music myself. And then the song titles came into play after you sort of had that concept?
Well, that was from, I had the Shark, the Wolf, the Rabbit, and the Snake, and those were all like 30-second interludes. And when I first gave the album to Derek, he said, he was like, "You should make those into full tracks."
Yeah, they're dope.
And
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I am too, man. Originally I was like, I wanted them to just be little, like, just chill interludes to get from one part of the album to the next. But then, yeah, once I made them into, each one of them, it was kind of a struggle to make them into full tracks too. But it was, I'm really glad I did, because I really like those tracks now. Those are some of my favorites on the record.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's all I have for you today.
Cool.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? Any shout outs? Anything you'd like to plug?
Just check out EliotLipp.com. I got, you know, T-shirts, all my records on there, and free mixes to download, and yeah, that's
cool.
That's
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you, man.